Behind the Shades.
My name is Maureen. I'm a physician life coach. I'm board certified pediatrician, board certified allergist, immunologist. But the most important job that I have that I love dearly is being a mom. Um, I have a website, MaureenMichelleMD.com. Michelle spelt with one L, which is where your audience can find me. But just kind of a little bit about myself and why I'm here talking to you. So I, when I was a kid, had two very important goals, a goal to be a mom and a goal to be a doctor. I was very lucky and got to accomplish both of those goals. When I was in my pediatric residency, my daughter, who was 6 months old at the time, my second child, was diagnosed with pediatric neuroblastoma, a type of pediatric cancer. Um, my world stopped at that time. I became super overwhelmed. It was very challenging to be a physician faced with a very serious illness in your kid, because I knew what it was going to be like to get her treated for this. I don't know if I did the best for myself during those times, but as time went on, life got a little bit better. Um, Never kind of went back to being perfect to where I wasn't being led by worry or um, having thoughts that something was going to happen to my daughter. Then fast forward to where my daughter was 12. I got to be the physician to diagnose her with type 1 diabetes, another very serious medical condition. It's actually Diabetes Awareness Month this month. And during that time, all of those overwhelming feelings from previously kind of came rushing back. Um, I knew though I didn't want to go back to that like dark place that I had been in before. So really was very intentional about how to make sure that my life wasn't driven by worry and overwhelm and stress around my daughter's health issues. Um, Got very into the coaching world, which I initially got there for me and to help me, but became a certified life coach to help in my role as a physician because I helped mentor other physicians. The I now am able to use my challenges kind of as a gift to be able to help other families who have gone through a similar journey as me.
Perfect. I appreciate you sharing. I know for me, Maureen, and I'll equally share, is that sometimes it's difficult to understand the struggles that you go through and to use that to maybe benefit your life. So, for example, we can fall on hard times, right? Or we can have a child that is struggling, or we can say, Lord, I just can't figure this out, right?
For sure.
But sometimes that pushes us in a direction where we could be a beacon for hope for other people. And it shows us, it's like we have a mirror in front of us. It shows us, hey, Terrain, Maureen, you are stronger than you thought you can be. You're more resilient than you can be. So take us through some of the emotions that you were experiencing when you're going through this. What did you experience and how did you ultimately overcome it for yourself so you can be there for your family in a way that perhaps they needed you to be.
Right. And, just to comment on something that you just said, like, we get faced with challenges every single day. Some are smaller than others, but life is constantly challenging us. And, in looking at a challenge, you have a choice. You can either like crumble in a ball and let the challenge kind of lead you, or you can kind of change that challenge into a gift, whether that be, the perspective that life is teaching you something, and so you're gaining the gift of knowledge, or that life is allowing you to be able to really empower yourself so that you can help others. But there's always a gift in challenges. Sometimes you have to look for it, but it's always there. And so I would encourage folks to really think about that, not just if they're facing challenges with their children, but anytime, financial challenges or work challenges, it's always we can turn it into a gift. Though, when my daughter was diagnosed with cancer as an infant, I'm not sure I turned it into a gift at that point in time in my life. I was really, like I said, overwhelmed. And, I kind of explain it like when we take on this journey of life, imagine that you're driving a car on this journey. Well, at that point in time in my life, that the person driving the car was worry, overwhelmed, stress. Like I was reactionary rather than being proactive and helping myself. It is really learning how to kind of take over the driver's seat, because I mean, let's face it, like my daughter still has diabetes. That hasn't gone away. So I'm still allowed to have concerns about her, but it doesn't need to be in the driver's seat of the car. And that's really what I have learned throughout my years of being a mom and, being a doctor too, being able to really advocate for my daughter and learn how to teach my patients how to advocate for themselves or for their children has also been a real gift in all of this.
Was there a time when you're going through all of that where you felt alone? If so, how did you cope with it?
Oh, for sure. Like all the time. And it's like I said at the beginning when she was young, I didn't cope with it well. And so that feeling of being isolated and alone is so prominent. And I think some of us, when faced with a challenge that we need help with, we get more isolated because we have this belief, at least I did, that if I asked for help during that time, that meant I was failing as a mom.